Hollows gon' fly, it's a homicide. Mama's gon' cry, sing a lullaby. It's all about us, never about I. It's all about trust, never about lies. Hollows gon' fly, it's a homicide. Mama's gon' cry, sing a lullaby. It's all about us, never about I. It's all about Ichima. Hollows gon' fly, it's a homicide. Mama's gon' cry, sing a lullaby. It's all about us, never about I. It's all about trust, never about lies. Hollows gon' fly, it's a homicide. Mama's gon' cry, sing a lullaby. It's all about us, never about I. It's all about trust, never about lies. On the water squat. Your turning moment count. Strap. Oh, then just go round. On the water squat. Your turning moment count. Oh, then just go round.
I saw him. He was behind the shield, but he pushed up.
Good evening, Team Serious. We're back at it again with another Team Serious DFW Talks with my one and only, my number one, KR Jimmy, the awesome Sage Rage, and the most greatest person alive, the Groovy Lolly. Today's podcast will be mainly taken over by the ladies of Team Serious. I'd just like to do a couple of announcements. For those of you that haven't yet checked out the new tournaments, we have a sign-up sheet for CSGO, Rainbow Six Siege, and Rocket League with actual prize winnings, hosted on tournament.com. Join the Discord or look at the Discord itself under tournaments and comments. You will find those links. Very excited to go ahead and showcase and introduce actual winnings for those tournaments. For those of you that ordered merch through Galaxy Hound, there has been some delays on that merch. If you are having issues of any sort, feel free to reach out to one of the admins or reach out to me personally, not so busy. And I have the direct contact to the representative assigned to our team to handle those requests. If you have any kind of issue, either ordering or haven't received anything, just go ahead and reach out to one of the administrators. That are all funneled back to me. Aside from that, get involved, get in the tournaments. A lot of you requested Rocket League prize tournaments, CSGO prize tournaments, Siege prize tournaments, and wanted to, participate. The sign-up sheets are available. There's a couple dates on it. They're not set in stone. Depending on how many people actually sign up, we'll go from there and announce better dates. With that being said, I'm going to introduce Groovy Lolly. She is a wonderful person that I find is one of our best friends for Team Serious. She's been streaming since around February of 2018. She's been taking breaks in and out between June of 2019 and March of 2020. She's been gaming for basically all her life. I don't believe this. This is 25 years. You're not a day older than 21. She's been on basically every platform you can think of: PC, regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, 2, PlayStation 4. She's obviously on the Master Race, so that's why we're best buddies. She's played top favorite games or Dragon Age. I love that series, by the way. Dragon Age 1, 2, and 3 on both PC and Xbox. She is a total nerd when it comes to the Harry Potter games. It said apparently Harry Potter 4. Apparently, there's a no go on that one. I don't know the story behind that. Elder Scrolls fan, high five. Love Elder Scrolls. Final Fantasy fan. She also is, believe it or not, ladies, a Stardew Valley fan. Harvest Moon, Destiny 2, Rocket League, House Flipper, Borderlands 2 and 3, Divinity 2, Nancy Drew Games, and Dungeons and Dragons. She is a dungeon master. Double high five. Her current main games are Divinity 2, Borderlands 3, House Flipper, Stardew Valley, and Skyrim. Those are all fantastic titles, by the way. She currently is having issues running Rocket League, but she doesn't have any kind of current title when it comes to ranked matches. And she does play occasional Overwatch with, again, no ranked titles as of yet. She's been a part of the Team Serious now for going on, I would say, 2 years, if that's pretty accurate. And she is a proud member of the new division of the Serious Ladies. With that being said, I will go ahead and hand it over to my lovely wife, KR Jimmy, to finish interviewing our good friend Groovy Lolly.
Oh, it's my turn. I was looking at him. He's so pretty. Hi, husband.
If you want.
Oh,
Just stay in this room for now. Stay in this room.
My bad. I'm focusing. Hi.
Hi.
All right. So, I was told I'm supposed to be asking you questions. So I'm going to go with the simplest question. How did you start? Like, what got you into gaming?
Well, it started when my dad brought home a Nintendo, the original Nintendo, and we played Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers. And I still, to this day, have unfortunately, I will share my shame, and have not beat the original Super Mario. I get to the last castle, and I die.
Something's wrong.
Oh,
We're gonna have to
no.
end the podcast. That's it, guys. Have a good night.
We're done. No more talking. We're done.
I would just run out of lives, and I would die. And then eventually I moved from other games.
Ah, I see. So you just say screw it and put it on the back burner and start a whole different game.
Yep, pretty much.
I see why you kept this from me. I see.
For shame.
For shame. Okay, so I want to know if you're part of other communities.
I am part of other communities, but mostly I go back.
Okay,
and
this
forth
time we're
between-
done with the stream, y'all. Okay, for real. I'm about to cancel everything out, close it. I'm about to
I'm
delete the
part of
VOD.
House of Sin
I'm sorry. Continue. I will try
And,
not to feel cheated on.
and the Filthy One crew. Don't worry, it's a bunch of dudes.
I'm
They're
not
friends
sure that
that,
makes me feel better. I'm not sure that that's
I-
any better.
They weren't originally another streaming team. My friend
Mm.
Ron TV streams, and we kind of started about the same time streaming. And I had known him since before Lily was born, and I met him through my husband when they were playing Arma, and I would just jump in chat and harass them, and we've been friends.
That's an interesting way to go about that.
Yep, pretty much.
So, what has been your experience when it comes to doing, these streams and gaming and in general? What do you take out of it?
I've mostly just do it for fun and communicating with other people, connecting. That's how I have found my lovely Team Serious family, my homies here, my key buddies, and
Key buddies. Oh, look, Herschel's made.
it's a wild Herschel.
That is a very special breed. Just running about in your house. I saw that, Sage.
I don't have a Pokeball, sorry.
So you can't catch him. Gotta let him go, huh? Is that how that works?
Free and wild.
I apologize. I digress. Let's go back. What was the question again?
I don't remember. You're the interviewer.
Oh, that's right.
You're
I'm
the one
interviewing.
asking it. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want to talk more in depth about your experience. This is right. Oh, I'm not even in the screen.
We're professionals here, okay? Don't panic.
Don't panic. I'll just drink some more. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. I started off kind of doing variety. I still do variety to a degree, but mostly just gaming variety now. I had started off doing a little some crafting, some IRL. I called it coffee with Lolly,
Oh,
and
nice.
I found quickly that was not for me.
Okay.
That's a cliffhanger. Now I kind of want to know why
Yeah,
was
like,
it a. You can't
what
just like dun dun
happened?
dun and then not go. You know what I mean?
Did you encounter something?
Well, after you get told your tits are nice and you have DSL lips after a certain amount of times, you kind of get over it and you're ready to move on to something.
The
So
chat or your boobs?
I would assume she's kept those. But with that being said, does that make you stay in that, or do you find other places, other communities? Like what?
Well, when that was occurring, I wasn't part of a community yet. I had just started streaming, so I was kind of out there on my own, just testing the
So
waters.
did that deter you for a while, or did you continue to press on?
I kind of pressed on and ignored some of the trolls at first. I found that I liked the conversations better when I was gaming, so I just stuck with that. And I got invited to GST, and then I got invited to Team Serious, and it just kind of evolved from.
And now you have other people supporting you to keep the trolls out, I'm assuming.
Yes, I have awesome moderators and such as Not So down there and Ron TV and my husband, and I have awesome people watching my back. So
So community is basically what has helped you grow stronger in your gaming and feel safe with the kind of material that you're willing to put out.
oh, for sure. Part of the time I wouldn't play a game if it wasn't for the fact that it was multiplayer, because I'm antisocial and then I'm social. So when I want to socialize, I want to socialize, and gaming helps me to do that.
So going back to your point where you would have these constant trolls come in and kind of discourage you or put you in a certain place. What kept you going? Like what kept you from hitting, this isn't for me, or what kept you from hitting stop or start streaming again? Did that fuel your need to go say no, I'm not that type of person, or kind of take me through your mindset after you got trolled. What were you going through? What were you thinking? What were your next steps?
I mostly went with since I was just starting, I kind of like tried different things, see what I liked to stream to begin with. If like, okay, I don't like streaming this shooter game, or I don't like streaming this kind of game because I'm not going to be able to progress the storyline with the streamers because I don't always want to stream this storyline. So it kind of helped me figure out just by experimenting. And as a general rule, I try to go with sticks and stones. So I ignored the trolls for the most part. But I found that for me, at least, IRL streaming, it brought a lot more trolls to me. So I found it wasn't worth it.
Did that deter you more from keeping your camera on or off?
I don't know. From the beginning, I kind of always liked having the camera on because then it allowed people to see me.
Because I know that sometimes when there's a lot of female gamers, if they can see you, they tend to troll you harder, is what I've somewhat seen. Because if they can see you, they can nitpick you as a female. So I didn't know
Yeah.
if that was something in your case, and if so, how did you navigate those waters?
Mm. Well, I think some of it also had to do with the fact that I was also going to school online, and I had my kids here a lot of the time, so they would come in the background and stuff like that. So I think that kept some of the trolls away, because if there were kids in the background, they were like, I don't want to go that far.
So do you think that because I know you said earlier that sometimes one of the things that they would focus in on is your boobs. Do you think some of those guys went in there with the intention to basically like objectify you and kind of keep you away from wanting to the game? Or do you feel like it didn't really bother you? You were like, whatever, I have them, they exist.
Well, I've come to terms with my body a long time ago, and I think that just some of them came in there just to objectify me, and some came in to just be jerks. Some people just do that. And I disabled or would block certain people after it's like, okay, I gave you a chance and we're moving on.
And being a part of a community, how do you feel like that has really affected that?
Feeling like being part of the community, it was like I instantly had more friendly people in the chat that if somebody popped in, there was a troll, they would go like, hey man, not cool. Or they'd help me remember the command real quick if they weren't a mod so I could delete them or whatever it was because I'm not as tech savvy as some people. So it was very helpful to have that community just there and hanging out or lurking or going like, "Hey, you need me to call somebody or whatever." And it was just nice having people to talk to. Even if it's just one person going like, "Hey, I'm lurking. I like this. It's cool."
So, how would you, with the communities, explain or approach someone about Team Serious?
Like if just talking in jest or just in general.
Yeah, so like you've kind of given us a rundown about your past run-ins with trolls and stuff, especially now coming into the Serious Ladies. Would you how would you kind of let other ladies know about Serious Ladies, and then but you'd also have to tell them about Team Serious and telling them about Serious Ladies. So how would you kind of would you want to recommend them? Would you tell them, your help me out, Jimmy. Like, how would you tell? Hey, you need to join this community, or like, hey, I'm in this community. You should check them out, or I'm just in this community. How would you?
If you
Pretty
were to
much.
talk about us, if you were to talk about like being a part of us and what you like about us and why you want to be a part of who Serious Lady is or who Team Serious is, why? What's so great?
Part of it is just the community and getting to know each other and that support that we have. Like I wouldn't have built the relationships that I had if there wasn't such awesome people. Now, I haven't gotten to know everybody in Team Serious, but I like that it's open. I like that I see, even if I'm not in that channel, I like seeing that there are other people in there. So if I felt like I was streaming and my mods weren't around, I could go, hey, would you mind popping in chat and, saying something or, you know, I could go in there and half the time there's going to be at least somebody in a channel that I can see. There's usually somebody there at some point in the day in some sort of chat or channel, and I can just say, hey, can I get your opinion on this? What's going on? And I know from the Team Serious crew that we're not like they're not super selective, but selective enough to where we're not letting bad people in. We're being selective enough to where it's, hey, these are good people. These are people who are going to be honest, but we're going to be cool about it. Not going to be mean and in your face. So we're just going to say, hey, I wouldn't do that, but if you feel comfortable doing that, you do you. Because we're all different at the end of the day and we can all do different things.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. um, how has being part of this community changed just in general your view on gaming? Like, are
I
you happy?
I definitely enjoy it a lot more than what I used to. And before, if I wanted to play a multiplayer game, it was just like, hey Godwin, you want to play with me? And that'd be it. Or I have to go play Minecraft with the kids.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
Hey, I started off with Minecraft on the PC. It's fine. It wasn't my first one, but it was there. Okay. It was one of my
Plants
first
vs Zombies.
multiplayer.
I started on Plants vs Zombies.
Harry Potter Quidditch. What up, PC? Okay.
And
It's always a good start.
worry.
We had to share a keyboard, okay? It was hard.
Well, I think
that's talent.
speaking of kids, hasn't kids in some way been connected through communities through
Oh,
all
yeah.
of us? So I think in this, my kids aren't old enough to stream yet, but would you feel comfortable in some way connecting other kids in this community with other kids in this community? Your kids with other kids in this community. Sorry, that was confusing.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant. I got you.
I'm not even drinking.
I am. Hello.
Man, now I wish I was drinking.
So, would you have your kids game with other kids in the Team Serious community?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I would just, of course, go make sure that they're actual kids, as always. But within this community, I feel pretty safe. And I'm a paranoid person with my kids. I'm like, we don't have a fence. You can't go outside by yourself. You're not old enough. I freak out. So I try not to be that way, but I am that way. So, but at the same time, like my kids play Roblox and they're playing Roblox with Sage's kids half the time. They're like, "Oh, look, she's on. She's on playing Adopt Me. Let's go." And I'm like, "Okay, go play." I'm glad you're enjoying each other. Hey, do you know them? No, no? Okay. Let's say just kids. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I would be totally fine with that.
I'm going to interject here with a question from the chat. As a group of people with children, especially female kids, what advice would you give them about streaming or gaming in general? And this is for the open panel. So I want to hear Sage's response, then I want to hear my wife's response, and then I want to hear. And if you need me to repeat the question, let me know.
So, if you're going to game as a female with kids, either you need to keep them out when you're gaming completely so that they're not interjected seeing what's being written in chat. If you're going to have them gaming, like we have had in the past where they are like just a kids' nights gaming with other kids in the community, you need to have a lot of mods continuously monitoring that channel, whether it's you, your spouse, other people you trust as your moderators, because there are still trolls no matter what you do. And they just like to spread hate. So you need to be consistent in that. Discord has this lovely new thing to where you can be live in Discord and no one else can see it except for people in Discord. We have our 12-year-old in another community, and he goes live only in that Discord. And those are with people that we kind of know. And that's the only time because he has no camera, no nothing. He can only do it that way. So you have to set boundaries and you have to really watch them. And you have to keep those boundaries and your moderators and people you trust kind of in a circle. You have to have your own little community within your community to keep your kids safe because there's a lot of people that you don't know, and that's what I think you have to do.
First, I want to say that I love when he says my wife, by the way. Hi again. I
Stay
think
in the room.
that I'm sorry. I'm focusing. I promise. You just wait till later.
Uh-huh.
So the thing about, I think, that's really important with kids, because I have a large range of children. That sounds bad, but so my youngest will be 5, like I said on Friday. She's getting so old. I'm not okay with it.
Drink.
And you were right. I'm sorry. And then our oldest is 16, and we have both girls and boys. And the thing about having children in general with technology is it's really important in my mind to be honest and open with them and have good communication and just basically talk to them about what's out there in the world, because you have to try to build those good habits and those good thought processes with them so that they're able to make good decisions, because one day we're not going to be there to protect them, and we're going to hope that the things that we teach them while they're young are what help carry them into adulthood and continue to help them make good decisions for themselves and for the people they love. And so I'm going to have to say that when it comes to streaming, I'm going to go with teaching them good habits and reminding them that they are loved, and it doesn't matter what crazy people on the internet say. They're still pretty awesome. Next.
My turn? All right. Okay. You guys said pretty much everything. So I'm just gonna sit here and go like ditto.
Okay, so
Setting those boundaries and everything.
So just to add on, what kind of advice would you give them if they came into a situation where something a troll said genuinely bothered them and upset them? You can go ahead and take this one, Groovy.
Well, I can relate that to one of my own experiences when I was playing RuneScape when I was about 13 years old. I had been approached by somebody who sent me dirty pictures.
Oh. I'm going to need a username and time.
I don't remember all the details. There
The
was the
details
whole
will work. I'll figure it out.
blocking, reporting. Needless to say, I don't play RuneScape anymore. I had a bad experience. But it was just one of those things that it's a learning curve. And you try and instill those learning curves for everybody. So they don't have to go through what you did.
But that being said, what were the precautions you took after you encountered like that situation? Mentioned blocking, reporting. What helped you? What did you learn from your parents or from teachers or what have you that helped you through that situation?
It was mostly my parents. I was homeschooling at the time, so I was very uh, isolated. And I just basically moved on. Thought about other things, did other things, and just didn't play that game anymore.
Thank you for sharing. It's a tough situation for anybody. We like to make sure that our viewers are also informed and also take a step back to ensure that there's adults supervising them. I would just like to say, as far as an awareness, that there is a limit, especially if you stream in most services like Twitch. I believe 13 years old, you can start streaming by yourself, but before that, you need to have an adult present with that stream. More likely, a parent that is associated with that child that's streaming. Um, my biggest recommendation is to look into the terms of services when it comes to streaming. Even Discord has a terms of service where they are supposed to be at least a minimum age of 13 to even be on Discord. Granted, most of us, watch over our kids and let them be on certain specific Discords that we ourselves are in. But I like to say, as far as legal, ensure that you're reading up on those terms and are, well informed.
Making sure that your emails and things like that is all private is a big
Yes.
key part.
As you all just watched, one of my children just walked across the screen. So, um, kids are going to be a part of everything. No matter how much you try and lock them out of rooms while you're streaming, they're going to come in. Um, just teaching them, like he says, just to be aware, cautious of what they're saying and doing and being a part of. Your kids are just going to have to be safe. We teach our kids, especially, don't give away information, personal information, name, phone numbers, what they're doing, anything, no matter who asks. So instilling that in them is always important too for us, no matter how much they troll or say they're your friend.
I think it's important to remember that just because it's online doesn't mean it can't come out in real life. And stranger danger. I realize that it's very corny, but stranger danger is important because sometimes you'll let stuff slip. Sometimes, we get so used to each other in real life that we'll forget certain things. Like I've met both of you beautiful ladies in real life, and I adore both of you. That's why we are the key masters. And it's definitely very difficult sometimes to remember, especially since I don't stream very often. First time on stream. Hi. It can be difficult to remember to do the things that you need to do to keep yourself and your family safe, and to still do these kinds of streams and things of that nature with us, and remembering to have that talk and being conscious of all the things that you do. Oh, I love him. I love him.
Y'all had to say kids, didn't you?
You did have to say kids, apparently. I think it's just very important to remember to stay safe, to remind your kids, like I said, have that open dialogue with them. Make sure that they understand that while, sometimes streaming can look cool, like our youngest the other day was talking about how she wants to be a streamer. And I was just like, no, not happening. I don't care how much of YouTube you watch. But then I started thinking about it, it's if that's what she wants to do when she gets a little bit older and she understands a little bit more, I'm still going to say no, but her father will probably say yes.
I think you also have to model it too. If you model how you want them to behave streaming, they're gonna do the same thing. If you're safe and you're not, I don't want to say if you're not being a stripper on stream, they're not going to do the same thing.
I'm not that drunk yet, damn it.
I mean,
I
if
should
you're
have worn a
coming in-
lower cut shirt. Dang.
I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to see what you're typing and talking about sometimes on Discord and stream. So if you are being respectful to other streamers and gamers, they're going to do the same as they're growing up. If you model behavior that you want them to do, then you need to do that. They're going to do the same thing, in my opinion. So just as we get
Proactive.
trolls, teach them not to be a troll. Teach them to respect. As you teach them in real life, teach them in the gaming world. We as women encounter so many trolls. So we need to teach our kids, how would you want any woman to be treated? Gamer, streamer in real life, treat them the same way. As long as they are being respectful to you, be respectful to them. And that's just how it is. We don't see a lot of professional gamer women because a lot of times they get disrespected or they have to claw their way up and it gets harder and harder. What are some of your thoughts on that, Groovy? Why do we not see as many professional female gamers?
Some of it, I think, also has, like you were saying, that objectification, and some of it also has to do with as we get older, we get families. Sometimes life just gets in the way, or our careers and things like that. It just gets hard to find the time to do that. For instance, like I'm an enabler, so like I love to game, but I'm an enabler, so Godwin will sit over here and he'll play games and stuff, and then I'll be like, I want to play games, but I also want to cook dinner and feed my children and bring you a cup of water for some reason. It's just part of who I am. Like, I'm getting up. Do you need something? Yes. Okay. Oh, while you're up, can you get this? I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, I'll do this. And then I don't get back until I'm like, okay, now the kids have to go to bed. Okay, now I don't get a game. So I think it's just some of us get caught up in taking care of so much other stuff that we're not up to like emotionally dealing with trolls or other people. We just want to hang out with our friends, game, or just relax. And we're not up for dealing with other people. But that's the beauty of certain communities. It makes it easier to do those things.
Those are 2 points.
I definitely feel like we get, especially our generation, we're stuck in this weird mold where we're trying to change how people view women and women gamers and how we view ourselves, I guess you can say. Do you agree with that?
Yep. Because we get it pounded into us so much that it just ends up sticking.
Mm-hmm. I know personally, I come from a lovely Hispanic community, and while I do value a lot of our traditions, I lucked out and have wonderful Natso, who spends a lot of his time being Mr. Mom. None of you thought I existed for a while.
Nope. Use invisible.
Not true. I
To
heard him
be
with his
fair.
mic not muted a couple times.
Well, to be fair, I never heard the mic. I never saw photos. She never came around when she was supposed to. So to me, she was an invisible wife.
Hey,
That was never there.
I worked. and I realized that I'm in a very unique position in that sense because I'm lucky. I found my soulmate when I was super young, and he's done nothing but support me and love me. And I want to change that for other people. I want our daughters to, get married to whoever they want and be able to do whatever they want. If they want to be streamers, if they want to be gamers, then they should. And their spouses should feel equally as responsible for taking care of their children in the household. And I realized that I stole your thunder a little bit to talk about how great my husband is, but I thought it was sort of relevant because he's pretty good at holding it down.
My husband's pretty nice too.
That is true. I do enjoy your husband's company. He's one of my favorite gingers right behind you.
Thank you. He's natural though.
Oh boy,
We
here we
weren't.
go.
I wasn't going to out you. You could have left that
That's
alone.
okay.
Nobody was going to say anything.
Okay. That's okay. I dyed my hair purple once. Not like purple, but it was.
And it looked good. You have the great complexion for that. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I think one of the things that we like to kind of pat ourselves on the back or high five here at Team Serious is that we like to empower our women. We like the Serious division to get as much, if not more, exposure to to the lady gamers of Team Serious. With that being said, there's a particular things of that you like to lead. You expressed in the Discord, and I kind of want you to talk about what you would like to lead within Team Serious, and then kind of let you talk against that. I don't want to take that thunder, but you do want to host certain things. Let's let the community know what you would like to do, Groovy.
He's gonna take the thunder, don't lie.
My
Thunder.
bad.
Okay,
That's a good song. I think you should lead with that.
It totally is. Well, I put the teach Dungeons and Dragons because Dungeons and Dragons is one of my huge passions when I found it, and that's something that I would like to lead and get going. I don't mind running a couple different games or doing one shots for people or something. And I wouldn't mind hosting or doing whatever. I'm a flexible person. I just go with what my friend Charlie says. I'm just happy to be here, man. I just enjoy the people. I enjoy the group. I just enjoy being part of everything. I'm sorry, that's not a very clear answer.
No, you're good. That's fine. So,
But it's your real answer.
right,
It
that's
is
a
real.
genuine answer. What I was getting at is, you're willing to teach people how to play the game so you can have active groups going on. It's not just about if you've ever played D&D. It's also really good at teaching you about the game and how to play the game. So that's one thing that I wanted to get that across. So if you're anybody on the chats are interested in Dungeons and Dragons, join the Discord. There's a Dungeons and Dragons channel that you can reach out to Groovy if you would like to participate in that or be a part of that.
And that's something I can teach other people how to DM so they can run their own groups. And like, I wouldn't have to be the DM, which would be nice too. But
I'm
I
not
wouldn't
there
mind,
yet.
you know.
Stop judging me. I see you giving me eyes. I'm still learning.
It happens. But
A little bit.
it's just something, and since I'm a casual gamer anyway, the way I play is just very loose, very relaxed, and if it's all about having fun, as Natso has seen from one of the games that I was running with him in, that it's just about hanging out and having fun and just enjoying the ride.
Trying to think of something funny to say. I got nothing. What do you got to say?
Dungeons and Dragons, do they need to dress up? Do you dress up? Do we all dress up? Do we bring beer?
Wait. There was no
That's
dress code.
That's entirely up to you as a total
Oh,
nerd.
good.
I have no problem with LARPing. That's a personal preference.
Wait, there's an actual word for it?
Yes.
Live action role playing.
Otherwise known as
LARP.
It just says
LARPing. You want to LARP? Or
Look, all I was gonna
or
say is I didn't get a dress
cosplay.
code for this.
It's up to you. You know, everybody's different.
Okay.
I would totally do it, but it's not for everybody.
Beer is a recommendation, and you should do it.
Alcohol is always welcome at my games. Just putting it out.
Almost a requirement. Got it. We'll remember.
If it helps you, get in the mood to play the game, whatever. No judgments here. It might make my voices a little funnier for you and more enjoyable. That's entirely up to you at all.
Damn. All right. Drinking and dressing up. I'm going to have to prepare for this next time. Nobody said anything about wearing, other clothes.
Well, you would need actual clothes, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy, you would, yes,
clothes.
please.
So we're required to wear clothes in general.
Yes.
Oh, no one told me
Private
that.
areas are to be covered for
Oh, boy.
minors.
But
I knew you were supposed to wear shirts. Nobody said anything about pants, okay?
If you want to wear a costume, you can.
Oh,
Let's clarify that for you.
it's a costume.
Yes.
Oh,
Costume is optional.
but
Better.
clothes are required in general.
Yes.
Okay,
Some
just
type
checking.
of material covering your body.
Like a blanket.
Here, how about a robe?
Just don't
Not a
drop
robe?
the blanket.
A robe.
Oh,
Don't
Lord.
drop it.
She needs some milk.
Blankets don't stay
A
on as
tight
well.
blanket. Okay, I'll remember. I'm too
Uh,
fat to be walking around with anything. I'm gonna always be covered. I don't know why you guys act like I'm not going to be. Okay,
Hey,
maybe I do know why you guys.
I don't know what your wine threshold of clothing is.
I feel like at least here, right?
No.
To here?
But we're
So,
gonna need that camera lifted up. That
To
Just-
here?
click the
To
off
here.
button on the camera.
I have a blanket. Do you want me to go ahead and show you just in case?
No,
Oh, no? Oh.
because then that becomes an option for you.
Give her no
And then-
options.
then we're
It-
gonna
it
see the
wasn't an
blanket.
option before.
We're gonna see the blanket, and then we're gonna know it's like she's naked under there, isn't she?
I mean, it's always like a Russian roulette with me, really, isn't it? I mean, I'm just saying.
No.
Is she wearing clothes? Is she drinking?
Let's flip a coin. We'll see.
More than
Taking
likely,
bets.
the answer is yes.
Taking bets.
To at least drinking, maybe not the clothes one.
All right, so y'all
Hi,
bring up a good
husband.
topic though. So what do you? And we had this last discussion on the last podcast about the just chatting section in Twitch and how that kind of ticks up, like borderline breaking a lot of TOS rules in terms of service. What do you stand on people that use their body to make that money and essentially play the game, however you want to consider it? I want Groovy's take on that, and then I want my wife's take, and then more than likely reiterate from last week, Sage, and what you said on it.
What did I say?
Everything. You broke the whole case wide.
For the whole IRL just chatting kind of thing, I find personally, not for everybody, but generally, I understand using what you've got, but at the same time, a lot of them don't have what I consider real content other than just them presenting themselves in unflattering and not what I consider a classy way.
You can say ho, Groovy. You can say ho.
Okay, they acting like hoes.
I like that better. Thank you. Oh wait, is it my turn, or are you gonna keep going?
No, that's pretty much it. It's, if
Sure.
they have their body and they're doing something with it, like I've seen some people doing like cosplay and they're painting their body. To me that's something different. That's an art. That's an expression kind of thing, and they're providing a type of content, actual content. But the others not so much.
Oh, it's my turn.
See,
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say I like that my husband actually set out the words, terms of content, because he knew I had no idea what he was talking about.
very technical.
Yes, thank you for that, because I had no idea what you're talking about. I kind of have two, I guess, like Groovy. I have two frames of minds on this. Like I ain't gonna be mad at a hustler for hustling. It just is what it is. But at the same time, there's a lot of. It makes it harder for people who want to put out real content and want to be taken serious, because it's a double-edged sword no matter what we do. I mean, like women, I don't want to say that we don't always get a good break, but at the same time, it is harder for us in that sense. And it always has been. And so when you have content like that out there and it's being put on the same pedestal as people who want to be serious, it can be really difficult to be taken serious. And so it's kind of hard, because, like, I mean, if you're going to make, $60,000 from somebody drinking your bathwater, I don't want to tell you not to make your money. That really happened. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to not make your money. You got to pay your bills, But at the same time, it's definitely a slap in the face for people who want to be serious. So, team serious and taken serious, and then it kind of makes it easier to make fun of those of us who are. I like his shirt, by the way, Sage. My husband's totally repping you right now.
Oh, I couldn't see it.
Hint, hint, Sage, wink, wink, hint, 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 hint.
Nudge,
I
nudge.
was just happy.
It's a thing.
I'm
but
doing
no,
my Dungeons and Dragons. Crit happens. Okay,
very
thanks for
nice,
that.
very
Oh,
nice.
I felt the need to share my shirt too. Okay. go
I
ahead.
know. It's my fault. I started it. I'm sorry. I'll behave. Maybe.
Sorry. Continue.
No, I mean it definitely makes it harder. Like it's one of the reasons why I've never really actually, like I said, first time showing face. I've never the only people who could make me do something of this nature would have to be the two of you. And he knew it, and he totally used that against me, and I'm here. This is how we got here. But that's one of the reasons why I've never actually bothered to show my face, because of the way the female gamers are viewed. Hell, you guys didn't know I existed forever. And that's one of the reasons why, because I'm not exactly what I think that other people are looking for in a female gamer. You know, I'm a little chunky, I'm a little rough. I'm definitely there will never be tits a flowing in this frame ever. If I'm in it, it's just not gonna happen. I have young daughters. I have my husband who, hi, he's right there. I see him.
Okay. I'm gonna
Don't
say
you
two
roll your
things.
eyes at me. How you doing?
Two things.
Sorry,
You're
focusing.
super pretty. And two, how long are you gonna throw that in Sage's face that she didn't know you existed?
I mean, that's probably gonna always exist as long as we're forever, because we're best friends now. And I'm like, I'm here. I'm real. Hi.
There is no escape.
No escape, fool. Stuck with me for life. You're welcome.
It's fine.
That's okay. I like
I
it.
accept it. I'm pretty much it's everything Jimmy's saying is pretty much the same thing that I said. It's a double-edged sword. The ones who are selling themselves for money and their bathwater. I mean,
True story. I saw it on Snapchat. It's real.
yeah, I mean, they're smart for doing it, but at the same time, they're making it really difficult for someone like us to just game, whether it's with our community friends or family.
Hi.
3 of 4 now.
And
it
we
makes
all
it
know
really,
your children now.
yeah, it makes it really hard for someone like us who just want to get on game with friends, family, community, anyone, and be serious about it, or just relax. And they come in and troll and looking for those ones who are selling themselves or hustling, and they're like, "Why are you wearing that? Why aren't you wearing this? What are you doing?" In the same sense, Groovy, yeah, I somewhat agree with you for the ones that you were saying, kind of like, yeah, they're doing content, but at the same time, the body paint, they're giving content, but at the same time, they're also, it's a really fine line between the content and hustling. So for me, that's kind of one of those things where it's like, where are they drawing the line? How much is the body paint? How much are they showing?
It's that gray area.
It
You
is.
always draw the line at nipples, just so you know. It's
I would
always there.
draw the line at areola, but to each their.
So it's really hard
It's
for
not
me.
bush, okay? As long as you don't go that far. I'm sorry, I'll behave.
You're fine.
Will you though?
So I don't know. It's one of those things where like I have hate, but I have respect. So it's just one of those things where it's like, really just put a shirt on, but I understand what you're doing. Now if you're just doing it to do it and you don't need the money, then why don't you get up off the camera? That's my
So,
opinion.
like, is that rich kids or housewives? Is that who we're talking about?
Kind of.
Oh,
Desperate Housewives.
that was a good show. Don't start.
It was not.
It was sort of. It was smut, but it was okay smut because it was like sort of. Anyway, let's change that.
Probably for the best.
You want to go back to the beginning? We can go about how you heard about Team Serious.
I was waiting for that.
No? Oh, okay. I'll behave.
I heard about Team Serious from Not So.
I like that answer. Yes.
Boom.
You realize he's the ringleader of all things that we do.
He is.
He
He's like, you guys
pretends
want to
not
get tattoo? It's fine. It's fine. You do what you want to do. It's fine.
So
You
what
got-
you're
you
saying
ladies
is
want to go
there's
out to
pressure in the team.
No, I call it creative pushing
With lots of loud talking.
and alcohol and possibly tattoos occasionally,
occasionally.
So
but not all the time.
okay.
I mean, we didn't get tattoos last time. We tried though.
I was gonna say it wasn't for a lack of trying.
So close.
It was a lack of scheduling. We weren't thinking straight. It's always a lack of scheduling.
I was just so excited you were here, man.
I mean, me too. I've never been that far on purpose without the army. So I was super excited. I was like, I get to sleep in and wear whatever clothes I want. It was exciting. I loved it. I'm sorry. We're digressing.
So going back
Wear
to
what you want, drink what you want.
right. So going back
wait, we're going back. We're going back.
to the serious ladies. What type of role do you see you taking on for that aside from teaching Team Serious D&D? What do you see yourself doing within the serious ladies, or how do you willing to contribute or take lead on anything? I kind of want to see your what you have in mind for that. There's not anything like in stone. You know how we keep it casual, we keep it informal. But I want to see what your vision is for the serious ladies, and what you would like to see either happen or done.
Well, kind of like what we have here, just conversations. Ladies' nights, if you will, where we just kind of like hang out, find games to play, do stuff together, support each other, get comfortable with each other, do things, build that community between each other, possibly build, awesome friendships from there. Events, streaming would be nice too, because this is technically a streaming community, but
They don't know that.
Okay, sorry.
We are technically a gaming organization. I want to make that
my
clear.
bad. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, my bad.
I do want to make it clear our description is a gaming community
Gaming.
first, centered
Man,
around
you need to
family,
stop.
friends, and like you just mentioned, more of a camaraderie feel to it. If you stream, that's cool, but we're not here to boost anyone's numbers. We're not here to, grant people follows or host or raids or
What
anything
about
like that.
self-confidence? Are we boosting that?
You can do whatever you want. You're an admin. But
100%.
Wait, who made me an admin?
oh my
Talking
god.
to
decision was
the guy
that?
You're married
in
to
the
that.
other room.
Anyways,
He knows I don't know what that means. I didn't even know I had a mouse today, okay? I was like, I walked
my.
in, I sat here for 45 minutes before I realized I had a new mouse.
I shouldn't let her drag the wine bottle when she got home. She literally came and snatched it out of the kitchen and took it straight to the
First
bedroom.
of all, I don't know what the word snatch means. I don't have that in my vocabulary. It was lightly
Aggressively took.
It was
Very
gently
assertive.
gently carried to my room, and I still have some wine left. Don't judge me.
Anyways, go
Huh.
go ahead, Grui, as you
That's
were.
a little bit left. A lot less than when you came in.
It was just full when I got it. That's it.
Okay, you do you.
I'm still sober. You finish what you were saying, damn it. I love you.
Okay, I love you too. I don't remember.
You were saying community, awesomeness, encouragement.
The question was
Streaming if you feel
related
like
to
it.
what would you like to see.
Gaming together. There we go.
Right. The question was
Yes.
what would you like to see done or happen within the serious ladies, and then what your point of view is of what should be happening.
Building that community. I really like that Discord is built in that video where people can just jump on a regular channel and they can video with each other. So that way you're not necessarily, like Sage was saying earlier, you could stream to just that Discord. You could also just video chat with each other. We've done that a couple times and that was awesome because then it makes it easier to connect with each other. Because I'm a terrible phone person. If people don't know, I am. I'm a more in person kind of person. If you guys know what I mean.
Yes.
Words not flow good. Okay.
I get it. I don't even text him all that often, but I do give him the look when I walk home. So I figure like it's fine.
I
When I walk in
text
the door.
gifs.
I see you shaking your head. I can see. It's
I text
true though.
Me and my husband, we text gifs more often than we actual sentences or words. I'm more likely to text him a gif than I am to call him.
Sign language is a language, just so you know.
It is.
It is.
But the
Yeah.
subject ends up going after the predicate. It's confusing.
I do have one question, a very important question. You've been a part of other communities. What, if anything, or if you've ever left a community, has made you leave a community?
Ooh, get deep.
I have left a few communities because they became very impersonal. It was all about numbers, and it wasn't about anybody knowing anything about anybody. It was just let me see. There was just a few admins that invited everybody, but nobody knew each other. Nobody gamed with anybody. Nobody did anything with. There was no. It's not real community. It was just numbers in a Discord, and there was
And
a
so,
lot of talk about like, hey, this is a community, but it wasn't.
do you feel like you get that from this community and bleeding off into the serious ladies?
Oh, for sure. Like I'm already seeing a lot more communication in general with within the ladies than I have seen in other communities that I was in before that have tried to do similar things, but it never got off the ground. This has already gone farther than what I've seen in other things, just because I don't know. I guess we care more. People in this community care more about what's happening here.
I like to play off of that last comment. More than I guess in a sense now the Discord has grown pretty big. But ever since I've ran the organization, we've known the people in the Discord personally. We've met, either we grew up together, we gamed together, and then eventually met. Like for example, you two, Sage and Groovy. But it had that more personal aspect that we knew each other at a personal level, and we hung out, did other things aside from just game. One of the things that I always took pride on, because this is an established organization from Texas, particularly North Texas. We used to even do family events where we do the Team Serious potluck, and we held that every year. It rotated through different households. So I like that you said that, as newer members as you are, that come to say you have more of a personal feeling. We took pride in that, to say that you want to be a part of a community, then let's get to know you at every level, not just at a gaming level. A lot of them even ride motorcycles together. They have like a motorcycle group that would get together on the weekends and say we're gonna ride from here to here, go grab tacos on this spot, and then ride back. That's the type of family type of vibe that we've always given out. That's why I take it to heart when I say it's a community first or a gaming organization first before anything, because I'd rather you can pick up a phone and call me or get on Discord or DM me and say, hey, I just need a listening ear. I know you might not be able to solve it. I just need to get this off my chest. And that's the type of community that I like to build, and I would like to take pride in building it at minimum in the base level. My wife and I were having that conversation a few nights ago, where if anything, what I did was connect somebody with someone else at that level. I might not be liked everywhere, because I'm not, and I'm cool with that. That doesn't.
He's
I don't.
talking about me. He drives me crazy.
I don't lose sleep over that. But I'm saying, if at the end of the day I linked you up with somebody that you're now hanging out and playing games with, and or met at a personal level in your respective areas, because now we're all over the place, then I take pride in that. I said, hey, if anything, that's what I wanted to accomplish, is get great people that met other great people, and now they're hanging out and at a different level.
Yeah. He's gonna make me cry. I've been drinking too much.
I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm mad. So don't panic if you guys see me crying. Okay, thanks.
Does anybody have anything else to add going around? Sage, any more comments, additional information you'd like to put out?
Nope.
A
I need,
lovely wife, aside from food and drink and snacks.
I need more wine, and I think I want nacho.
Okay, well, I can fix that after the stream. Right now, do you
Thank
have any
you.
additional information you'd like to put out? Any kind of shout outs, any kind of involvement? You need to get on the Discord more often, because there's a whole section now, Serious Ladies. You're a part of that. You need to check the Discord.
I looked in there. I have seen the tab. I know it exists. I'm trying harder to be more active, and I definitely will say that while the ladies of Team Serious Ladies know that I I genuinely care about them, and I'm absolutely here anytime you need. I will try so much harder to be more active, because I definitely know that, especially right now, I'm busy, but I'm here and I intend to stay here for all of you ladies. And I genuinely
Words of
appreciate.
advice. She's always there. She's just like a little stalker in the corner. She just watches. So
I'm good at what I'm good
there.
at. Don't judge me.
Yes. She's there. She's just a stalker in the corner. She'll
And
pop
I
in.
exist,
She
damn
pops
it.
out.
Hey,
Yes.
hey. Batman was a stalker, okay? He hung out, watching, waiting to
Hey,
strike.
he had more money than I did, though.
Hey,
I don't
hey.
have that much money. I'm sorry.
Peter Parker? I mean, you want to go that way?
Focus. It's bad when I want you to focus, okay? I will say that I do enjoy this community, and it is one of the many reasons why I've gotten through quite a few months. You know what I'm talking about. These few months have been difficult. But I'm glad that I'm here, and I definitely want to be more a part of it. So here's for sticking me on this thing. You're next.
Who?
Groovy. You already
Oh.
talked.
What?
He's
What?
pointing.
Any
I was
finishing remarks?
pointing. She knew what I was going with. We're going down upside.
Uh,
I'm the one that's drinking. You know this, right?
Groovy, do you have
3
any?
hours of sleep. So
Groovy, you have
Hey.
any finishing remarks? Anything you would like to tell the community? Any announcements, and then just anything you would like to say?
I'm just gonna say I love these people right here. I am not drinking, but I love these people. Just want to make sure that's clear. And I have a hard time saying the L word to anybody, but these are awesome people, and this is something awesome to where you could find family, friends, not guaranteed, but I guarantee you in this community you will find somebody that you can relate to on some level and hang out with and find that connection to somebody else in this world sometimes when you just really need it. Shout out to all the homies.
Thank
I'm
you.
done.
Thank you. I'd like to take this time to thank Groovy for giving us time and to be a part of this podcast. I appreciate everything that you do. You're a true homie, and you're for always be a part of Team Serious and the Serious Ladies, just as long as you're willing to have us. I feel like we built a long-lasting relationship, not only as meeting you in real life, introducing our families together, but hopefully moving forward, we'll be able to do a lot more collaboration when it comes to D&D and different games. We really hope that you get involved with the Serious Ladies, at least take a venue off, take a couple people that, you love a certain game, expose them to that, and let's get beautiful things out there put out. Thanks so much for being here. To my wife, be more involved. I'll get you more food and snacks, just as long as you stay involved.
Lucky I
All
love
the
you.
snacks, all the drinks.
Yeah,
More
don't forget the
wine.
wine.
I need
That's
more
the
wine.
same for me.
Sage,
I will FedEx you
look,
whatever
all
you
three
want.
of y'all
Hey,
linked.
hey,
Just long as
hey.
you're within arm's reach, you will have drinks and food and all the snacks you can handle.
Yes,
Okay.
that's true.
Okay, Sage, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Moving forward, Serious Crew, we're gonna try to do more of a all ladies cast for. We'll figure a schedule out. If it's every other cast, we'll definitely introduce. Still showcase the remaining of the next series of podcast showcasing the Serious Ladies. We're excited to get some of these ladies involved and put them on the podcast and go through a series of what they've gone through and everything else as we showcase our ladies. But with that being said, don't forget about the tournaments. They're up. These were requested. It's not like we came up with the list. These were requested by the community, either by Twitter, via Facebook, via Instagram, or via Discord, or even via the live streams. Get involved. We have Rocket League. We have Counter-Strike Go. We have Rainbow Six Siege. If you're an Overwatch player, we're also looking for you. There's a sign-up sheets all over the place. We have moved over to tournament.com. Get into the Discord. Look for those links. You actually have prize winnings for your team. With people ask for actual prizes, so get involved if you actually want to be a part of those tournaments and actually win something. Bring your A game. The rules and everything will be set. We'll have more details on those as soon as we get more people to sign up. The dates aren't defined. They're not set in stone. But as soon as we're able to actually get everyone to sign up, we'll start releasing those dates and actually showcasing those games live, not only here on Twitch, but on Mixer and YouTube. Like to give a major shout out to all the moderators in chat for keeping chat nice and calm and being available to moderate when we need y'all to. And always remember, stay serious. Y'all have a good night.